The power of collaboration. So the question is, who do you collaborate with? But if you get people who have the mindset and understand what it takes to pay the price, now you can move forward together. I'm gonna tell you something. First of all, I'm gonna share a story with you, but I want you to take me out of it, and I want you to put you in it. Now, is it okay if I just tell you the straight up truth today, or you want me to? Straight up truth? All right. Well, before we get started, I have to thank Lamar and Ronnie for creating this space. And what I'm going to share with you today is the journey of someone who came in the door at a very difficult place in my life. Y'all know those types of stories? I'm going to take you there, and then I'm going to show you how to get to the money. So now, one thing I want you to say is this: don't wait until it's too late. Let's try it again. Don't wait until it's too late. Okay, I'm not convinced, because now y'all gonna miss this. Don't wait until it's too late. All right. Well, I want to share with you this journey, because this journey is a journey that most people don't know. A lot of times when people take the stage, you hear how they've made 6 figures, 7 figures, moving to 8 figures, but their story is what really makes it. And hopefully what you take from today will encourage you to hold on. Because sometimes we look at the money and we think, oh, the money, that's what I'm waiting for, and I can't, the money. But oftentimes, it's the journey. So as we went through that first TSP Live, I got the VIP. I told my son, I said, I have to do something different going into 2018. But let me help you understand, I had no idea how my life was going to change. All I knew was that something had to change, and it was going to be up to me to change it. Sometimes we're waiting for someone else to come along and make the changes and do different things, when it's really up to us to make the necessary changes at the time we're supposed to make those changes. There was something in me in that moment that said, I need to do this right now, and if I don't do this right now, I'm going to continue doing the same thing that I've been doing, complaining about it, trying to figure it out, and I need to get around people. I need a coach. Now, typically those of us who are in positions have coached people and led people and doing all these different things, we don't think we need a coach. Come on. But I needed a coach. I needed coaches. But I also needed a community and an environment that was safe. And when I say safe, oftentimes when you're in a leadership position, you can deal with a lot of foolishness. Everybody say foolishness? Oh, y'all said that loud and proud. I heard that. I heard the foolishness quickly. Yeah, foolishness. All right, show of hands. How many of y'all know what it's like to deal with foolishness? All right, everybody. All right, so with this said, again, getting into position, someone added me to the Facebook group. I was at a major plateau in my life, and I attended the first TSP Live in 2018. I joined with much trepidation, hesitation, contemplation, reservation, and any other Asian you can think of. But it was that hesitation, procrastination, deliberation that almost cost me everything that I'm going to share with you today. Everybody says, or we've been told to say nuggets, y'all going to get a gold mine today. You're going to go down and dig it up and... So here we are, 2018, TSP Live. I'm cheesing. There's Ryan. Ryan, what was Ryan then? You were he was doing money. He was doing personal finance then. Now he's the funnel doctor. See, everybody, sometimes a lot of people, we make these pivots. When I came in the door, I didn't know I was doing summer camps. I was doing stage plays. Coach Rhonda and Joy, they were like, well, what are we going to do? I sat down with Lamar to try. I said, hey, look, this is everything I have going on. But really what I needed to do was to be in a different environment. For me, it was not even about the business. It was about the environment. It was about the people. It was about the space. It was about the mindset. That's what this became about. So there, Lamar and Eric, so he had a chance to meet him, and it was just one of those moments where I knew I needed to do something different. So I joined the mastermind, but with that, I also needed a reboot. And when I talk about this reboot, it is something that is so profound that so many of us may need to do it, but we don't. It's like we're afraid to reboot. I knew if I did not stop, reset, recalibrate, that I would be frustrated and I would not be the most pleasant person to be around. Sometimes in the reboot, you have to let go of situations and businesses and people and all types of things. And then really, when the reboot came along, it was time for me to readjust my mindset. But sometimes when you're in a position of leading, you don't think you need the reboot because everybody comes to you. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Well, who's going to help me? So I was depleted, I was drained, I was frustrated, but I smiled. Because oftentimes when you're in a position of leadership, you know how to perform. I got to perform for the people. I got to make sure I'm good. They can't see. I have to make sure everything is on point. But when I walked through those doors in June of 2018, I was drained. And I really didn't know what was next. And I didn't know how to say it. And part of me was afraid because I was like, I don't know what's next. And I just went off my instincts to say, I have to do something different. And I'm speaking to someone today. I don't know who it is, but someone is and maybe my collaborative brothers and sisters, mastermind, those who are here for the first time, maybe many times, you're contemplating and you're trying to figure it out. And for some of us, we need that reboot. And sometimes you need a few reboots. So here's the timeline. 2018 joined Mastermind, but also in 2018 I visited Ghana for the first time because I was saying I have to do something different. I said it's a shame for me to be 45 years old and never have been to the continent of Africa. They call me African American, but I have no connection to Africa. I said, what is going on? And sometimes when you get around these different birthdays and milestones, you start to reflect and you start to think to yourself, wait a minute. What's going on? So I decided to go to Ghana. I went to Ghana, had no idea what was about to happen. I went to Ghana, discovered, oh, y'all been playing games over here. Y'all been lying. Now I'm upset because I've wasted 45 years thinking one way, or to discover I needed to be thinking a different way. So after that, I'm in Ghana. I'm saying, okay, I'm upset because I'm riding around seeing all these different things. And I said, I'm going to go climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Never climbed a mountain before in my life. I'm from the DMV. There's a little hill. You go over the... I was born in South Carolina. It's the low country. Then in 2020, COVID shut down the world. So, also in 2019, I took my first tour to Ghana. Now, I never set out, remember, I did not come into the mastermind knowing anything about Africa or tours or collaborations. I'm doing youth camps and stage plays and youth academies and really trying to figure it out. That's really what was going on. So 2020 comes along, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this Mount Kilimanjaro. 2020 comes along, COVID shuts down the world. Then Crystal Swain Bates gets up at Game Plan in January, and she starts talking about these children's books. And this is the value of being in the room, because sometimes by being in the room, when it's time for you to make a pivot, somebody else will have an idea or a concept, and they'll speak it, and then next thing you know, here I am writing children's books about my journey to Ghana and other parts of Africa. But what if I wasn't in the room? What if I was still deliberating, contemplating, hesitating, procrastinating? I would have missed out on that nugget. So while that was happening, 2021 rolls around. The world is still shut down. What I saw in Ghana said to me, and what I saw on Mount Kilimanjaro said, I need to make sure my people go and see what's going on. Anybody who's interested in understanding African history and how it connects to those of us who are part of the African diaspora, I need to make sure that we create that bridge So in 2021, at the beginning of 2021, no, actually during 2020, I continued. As soon as they opened the borders, I went back over to Africa. I was going to Ghana and Tanzania, and that's when I started laying the foundation. Remember I said don't wait until it's too late. While the world was hunkered down in fear, I was saying, you know what? This is an opportunity. Like Lamar said yesterday, there's opportunity in crisis. So I go back over and I start assembling my team. Now, all I knew is if the world is this depressed, when it releases, what is it going to be? Now, I was also taking advantage of the fact that everybody was online. So now I had eyeballs. Man, he's going over to Africa. He's doing this, that, and the other. I'm coming to the events. Hey, y'all, I'm trying to figure out what to do. Hey, and then the joke was, well, Jay, you are Tommy of TSP. I was like, well, you know, what can I say? And I loved it. I loved it because I was able to be anonymous. I was able to mind my business. I was able to chill. I like, yeah, I'm Tommy. I'm Tommy. It's cool. I love it. And everybody would stand up on the mic and they say, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I do this, that, and the other. I was like, I'm not touching that microphone. I don't know what hey, Jay, I'm Tommy, actually, y'all. I'm trying to figure it out. So 2021 comes around after 2020. I continue to lay the foundation, and I started taking people back to Ghana. All of this is broadcasted so people can see it. But I didn't realize people were watching the journey. I didn't do it for the purpose of people watching the journey. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. That's it. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. So as that's happening, all right, so as that's happening, I'm going, I'm learning, I'm technically, oh, there we go, all right. All right, hold on, let me see. All right, so then in 2022, after laying the foundation in 2021, we took a bunch of people over, and in 2022, formed successful partnerships. Now, let me move forward, or back a little bit. My instincts told me I was in the right places, the children's book series I was telling you about, but here's the thing I want everybody to understand. My instincts told me that I needed to go to Ghana in 2018, then to climb Mount Kilimanjaro in 2019. Now, this is where I want you to pay attention. Me climbing Mount Kilimanjaro in 2019, which is the tallest freestanding mountain in the world, and it's also the tallest mountain in Africa, prepared me for the mountain of COVID-19 in 2020. While many of us are praying and asking for the mountain to move, it is the mountain that we're supposed to climb because the treasure is at the top. So some of us are praying for our blessing, our treasure to be moved because we don't want to go through what it takes to get to the top. Oh, it's difficult. I don't know how I'm going to make this happen. I don't know how this is going. Oh, man, the people, they're not acting right. The people said they were going to show up and they didn't. Oh, I'm going to quit. Oh, all of these different things. But we say we want the treasure. We say we want it, but are we willing to pay the price to get it? And see, these are the things that I was learning along the way, that I looked at each one of these situations. I had to overcome the fear of flying. I don't want to be on a plane all that long. How long does it take to get over there? How many shots I got to take? All these shots. Oh, man, I got shots and a plane ride and everything. Oh, it's time to go to London. Oh, yes, let's go to London. Oh, yes. Needed one shot. And I said, if I can't get over the fear of going on this plane, then how in the world can I claim to ever want to be building a business and doing all these different things? Because fear comes at every turn. So for some of us, there's a mountain that you need to climb. And at each step of the way, while you're climbing this mountain, you're going to learn a new lesson along the way. And it's going to build your perseverance. It's going to build your stamina. It's going to build your character. It's going to take you to another level that you don't even know is in you. See, I was at a point where I was very content with where I was. I was like, yeah, I remember telling Nikki, I was like, Nikki, I said, yeah, I'm good. I like hanging around 600,000-700,000 a year. I'm good. I don't have to do nothing. I can do this on my phone. I don't know if you remember that conversation. I can do this right here. But sometimes, and I know we got a lot of folks, sometimes when God has a bigger plan for you, if you don't line up, somebody else will be put in position. I was like, well, I don't want to miss out. I want my blessing too. So what if I waited? I wouldn't have joined TSP. I wouldn't have gone to Ghana. And when I say waited, meaning, what if I would have waited when it was time for me to make the decision to join the mastermind? Because I was the last person in 2018, November 2018, Ronnie packed everything up. This is when Ronnie used to do the registrations. Packed everything up. But see, Lamar said I had until 10 o'clock that night. Why did I wait till like 9:59? Remember that, Eric? Like, man, I don't know what, I got to figure this out some kind of way. All right. Eric's like, go ahead, man, go ahead. Oh, okay, son, thank you. But what if I would have waited? And some of you are going to be faced with this moment of waiting. And sometimes the thing is, you won't see the outcome because I would have never seen today. I could not have seen today. I'm going to show y'all some things that are going to blow your mind. And I just want you to keep thinking, what if I would have waited? But put yourself in a position, what if you wait? What if you wait? I would have never launched Maximum Impact Travel, bridging the gap between Africa and the African diaspora. See, I can say it now. Hi, my name is Jay, and I'm the CEO of Maximum Impact Travel, where we bridge the gap between Africa and the African diaspora. I would not have climbed Mount Kilimanjaro and all of the lessons that came with that. I would not have amazing travel partnerships, and I would not have this amazing multiple 7-figure business. So how did I do it? All right, now let's get to the nuts and bolts of this thing, because I got some special people I'm gonna shout out in a second. So all right, 2019, here's what my sales look like. Please take a screenshot. 2019, we did $154,876. All right. 2020, we did $12,347. Man, remember there's opportunity in crisis. That gave me the time to go lay the foundation to build. Now, I wasn't excited about that. I had other things going on. Remember, I'm Tommy. Tommy was good. 2021, world was still hunkered down, but there were people who wanted to travel. $246,837. 2022. It doesn't take a long time if you're in position. But let me be very clear. I had to go through the bumps and the bruises. I had to climb the mountain. I had to climb that mountain. Y'all want to see 2023? Ooh. Woo! I want you to know the majority of that is because of collaborations. That's why after today, y'all need to be talking to everybody you can. You need to let me, hey, this is what I do. Whatever it is that you do, remember I said, take me out, put you in. The power of collaboration. So the question is, who do you collaborate with? You want to make sure you collaborate with people who have a similar mindset. They might not be in the same industry or do the same thing, but a similar mindset. I'm going to tell you a story about Shanteria in a little bit. Tell you a story about Freddie in a little bit. So these are people, because if you collaborate with someone who does not share a similar philosophy or a similar work ethic, you're going to cry in a fetal position like a baby. But if you get people who have the mindset and understand what it takes to pay the price, now you can move forward together. And that is what TSB embodies. And see, I pay attention to what Lamar and Ronnie say. I pay attention to what the speakers say. Every speaker that comes through, I take little nuggets. So now, when it's time for me to scale, I can call Joy at HR for the culture and say, look here, I need to hire 4 people quickly. Can you help me? Because we're scaling. And she handled it. Because everything we need is in the room. But if you keep your mouth closed, how in the world will anybody know? Now, I was quiet, but I was also talking. I was having many conversations. Amelia and I go out to lunch. Hey, Amelia, what's going on? Yeah, accredited investors, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, all right, this is great information. So how do you collaborate? So you sit down and you figure out where you do have some similarities and commonality. Because when you're able to do that, now you can see, okay, how can this work? That's what Freddie and I did now. Back in 2020, Freddie and I talked about it. And we sent out one email, and nothing happened. Because we have similar visions and goals and all that, but we didn't really understand what we were sitting on. We came back around 2022. I said, hey, Freddie, what you think? Freddie's like, yeah, man, let's give it a shot. Let's do an info session. First info session had 50 some odd people sign up. We were like, whoa, 6-figure launch. What in the world is this? The next thing is, how do you become an attractive collaborator? Your results, handle your business, deliver the goods. Don't be on that shady business. Like Brandy was saying the other day, please handle your business. Don't come at it from a scarcity, broke perspective. Come at this thing like, look, this is what I'm supposed to do. And I'm proud of what I'm doing. And put excellence on it and make sure that when you're doing it, you do it with precision. And if it requires you to stay up all night long to get it right, stay up all night long to get it right. The question is, are you consistent? Oh yeah, I'm trying to do this today. Even in my timeliness, I was consistent. I was winning. And also, have you developed relationships? Relationships. I'm an introvert, but I know how to establish relationships. And that's one of the things Freddie said, man, Jay, we trust you because of the consistency. Because I'm not out here stealing people's money and running game and all that kind of stuff because I'm broke. I'm playing street hustle games and all that. Nah, give me my $10. Man, if you stress it over $10 like that, you took my $10. Y'all recognize these logos? Powerful collaborations, so creative. Lounge, let me go back here real quick because I want to show you this. You see this right here? 2023? You see that big spike? March 26th, I believe. Cecily, and as a matter of fact, this all came from a couple conversations. Cecily and I think we talked at TSB Live last year. They're like, yeah, we need this, blah, 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 blah. So then last time, this is me, I'm the blah, blah, blah. So Cecily comes back in game plan. She said, look, either we gonna do this now or it ain't gonna happen. I said, let's set it up. And I had no idea that Cecily got something going on over there that she said, oh, yes, 150 some odd people have signed up. I said, you might get 30 to show up. 140 some odd showed up. I said, you might get, maybe 30, 40. We'll see what happens. We are taking 109 people to Ghana next year. Six-figure launch, over $500,000. So, Freddie and I, we sitting down, we talking, we come together, said, all right, let's do this. And we started doing all these travel shows. Now here we are taking people to Ghana, taking people to Egypt, people booking Ghana and Egypt, doing South Africa. But what if we didn't have a relationship? What if I was outside of the room? What if I came in, hey, I got this little business, right? You trying to hook up, brother? You know what I'm saying? I like what you do with the urban intellectuals, you know. I'm feeling that, you know, we need to educate our people. Now people don't know, blah, 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 blah. Y'all know how people talk, you know. Like, what's your results? I'm watching him, he's watching me. We're watching each other. We're in the same spaces. We're making the same payments to be in the same room, to be around the same people. Getting the same information, building ourselves up, getting the same mindset in place. So now when it's time to collaborate, we've heard the same things. We're coming out the same household, so when we come out the box, if you ever see me and Freddie on one of our Zooms, that's like the Road Warriors. You got two versions of Ric Flair holding our alligators down. Whoa! But if you see us together, you got two brothers not fighting each other, not killing each other, not backstabbing each other, building each other up, flowing. Just like everybody else, we're flowing with it. We're making it work. We're doing what we need to do. We are embodying what we have invested in and what we have been taught over these past 5 years. So then 2021 rolls around. Then this sister joins the mastermind. I think it was the 2021 Chanteria when you came in? Around there? Roundabout, somewhere around there? All right. So everybody, yeah, you know, Chanteria, boy, she got the travel gang. I said, oh, man, ooh. And Chanteria said, hey, let's get on Zoom. I said, okay. We get on the Zoom. She said, Jay, she said, I would love for you to handle my Ghana. I said, what? I said, for real? She said, if you do this the right way, not only do you have an 8-figure business, but I believe you can have a $100 million business. I said, for real? She said, yeah, because you can do certain things that other people can't do. And she ran it down. I said, wow. I said, okay. So I look up, and then next thing you know, they see her. Come, hey, I heard about you. Ronnie, they come in. I said, really? Penny comes over. I said, what? So we're going to do this. And so now we're all working together, but it's all of us in the same space. And then we have other collaborations with people who they know and other people, and that's how it all comes together. But what if I hesitated, contemplated, debated, walked out the door and said, I'm going to figure it out myself? There we are, typical cool brothers right here in Egypt. Take a look right here. I got the C wrong, he got it right. That's for collaboration. I don't know what we were doing. I just put it up. Here's some collaboration essentials. I'm going to move through this. Written agreement created by an attorney. Put it in writing. Yes, everybody trusts each other, but when you have it in writing, everybody has a chance to see exactly what they're doing and how this whole thing is working out. It's okay. It's okay to spend the money to do it. Shout out to Raven Willis, who makes sure that our stuff is on point. Keep your word. Do what you say that you're going to do. Own your mistakes. There are going to be times you're going to have to eat the cost. Don't try to get slick if you make a mistake. Own the mistake, because then that will build the foundation for your business relationship. What collaboration is not? It's not one-sided or solo effort. So, all right, you want somebody to do all the work, you do nothing, but yet you want all the money. That's not collaboration. You want the whole pie. All right, we're going to collaborate. I'll give you like $100. You take $100, you good? Oh, yeah, and also do all the work. That's not collaboration. You want to make sure that you're willing to put in the same amount of effort, whether it's by way of what you've already done, leveraging your audience, as the other person. And here's the other thing, unequal respect in that Negro ego. Yeah. Yeah, see, they ought to be glad they're working with me. I got all these people following me. You coming to me. Don't collaborate with somebody like that. They'll drive you crazy. You'll be running out of there like, oh, what is going on? No one that I collaborate with, we have mutual respect for each other's blood, sweat, and tears. I understand what Shantaria went through. I listened to her story. I said, tell me your story. I started doing this, that, and the other. I said, this sister has paid her dues. And so she's paid her dues. It is my obligation to respect what she has put into it. Freddie making the flashcards. First time Freddie and I saw each other outside, he was at an event in D.C. He said, hey man, here's some flashcards. We never knew this day was coming. But what if I was over there? Man, no, I was like, this brother's working hard. Penny working hard, building Millie's International. Cecily's working hard with So Creative Lounge. They see and running hard. They share their stories, what they went through during the pandemic. They're working hard. So when you collaborate with someone, you make sure you respect that sweat equity they put into it. Now, 2020, $12,000 a year. These are the results of the collaborations and all the effort that everyone brings together. When you all walk out of here, with everything I've heard that everyone offers, you should be able to find someone you could potentially collaborate with. So action steps, meet collaborators. Now, the only way you do that is sitting down talking to someone. There's opportunities to eat and hang out and all those good things. There's opportunities. Vet the opportunity. Does this make sense? Is this something that I would want? Is it going to jive with my audience? So every situation is not going to work out. But sometimes you don't know. It may come around at a different point in time. Make the opportunity attractive. So when I go to someone, I say, hey, if you want to be an affiliate with us, so we have 3 tiers. We can start you off at $300 per person, $500, or $1,000 per person. Folks like, you giving $1,000 up per person? Show you right. Yes, we are. In certain cases, yes. And then we sit down and we say, how can we make this work? I want you to win. Because if you're winning, I'm winning. But if we're sitting there thinking about, I got to get mine, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. The philosophy is, if you get yours, clearly I'm going to get mine too. So it's my job to deliver. So when you get the testimonials from these trips and when people come back, and Freddie will tell you, the people saying, listen, we're going on more and more trips. And I know how to protect their brand. So when I'm on an Urban Intellectuals brand call, I'm Urban Intellectuals. Hi, I'm Jay Cameron. I'm the travel coordinator for Urban Intellectuals. That's how I do it. When the travel divas come to town, and everybody's experience is different. So it's not like we have a cookie cutter. Shantaria, everybody knows Shantaria. Them travel divas, they like it a certain kind of way. And we tweak it and do what we need to do and sit down and figure this thing out. We do what we need to do because we want everybody to win. That's how you get the $5 million. Be flexible and be patient. There's some deals I've been working for over a year now and I'm being patient. I'm fine. I'm like, hey, whenever you're ready. There's no, why are you laughing? But I'm like, hey, it happens at the time it's supposed to happen. That's all. And when people feel that, they know you're going to take care of their people. They know you're going to respect it. Now, go open your mouth and tell somebody. Go run tell that. But what if I waited? We wouldn't be having this conversation. I'd still be trying to figure it out on my own. On my own. Once again, by myself. No one said it would be easy. No. Here I stand. All right. Wonder why. All right, see y'all. There are people waiting for you to get into position. Like Lamar talked about yesterday about being able to hire people. I was a one-man band. I was principal on the stage, playing drums, keyboards and everything, guitar and all of that. But this is some of my staff in Ghana. I employ more than 30 people around the world. There are people waiting for you to get into position. And when I say that, I want you to understand there are families that are now being fed because of all of these collaborations and because of having this mindset. And I'm telling you that if you do it, you can win. I'm telling you, you can do it if you put your heart into it and you're committed to it. So with that said, I'm gonna take you on a journey and we'll be done. This journey I'm gonna take you on I want you to listen to what the words of the song has to say. I'm gonna show you and take you inside of what I had to do. But I want you to take me out of it and put you in it. And I want you to pay attention, because if you pay attention, you can walk out of here, before you know it, the collaboration takes you to the next level. You try to get to 6 figures, collaborate, the right person might get to 7. It's those years of sacrifice that you put into it. It will not go in vain. Sometimes it takes a long time and it hurts. But if you persevere to the end, if you climb the mountain, whatever the situation is, you can win. Take a look at this.
Okay, earlier this Black History Month, we brought you Jay Cameron, and he brought his chef, his son, Jason Cameron.
Hello.
Welcome.
What?
This is ostrich.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The head and the head.
Yeah. Cow's head.
It's the real head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feel a little frog in my throat here now. All I can say is, what if I would have waited? All of that would have been missed out on. So my question to you is, will you wait or will you take action? Will you wait or will you take action? Because sometimes our mind plays games with us. And so depending on where we come from, we might come from a place of scarcity or fear or doubt. All of these things come in. Don't you understand? I went through all of that. I still do. But I have to push through. So I'm saying for you today, push through. I couldn't see any of that. None of it. Today, I know, me too. Today, take action. That's all I have to say. Everybody say it with me. Take action. I don't believe you. Take action. When you're in the hallway, find somebody to talk to. Open your mouth and speak. All right, we have some questions. All right, I got some rules for you. Because we want to move quickly. All right? So with the questions, what I want you to do is I want you to tell me what you're going to do. To say, I'm going to do this, then get to the question. Because we have a few minutes, we want to get as many questions as possible. Now remember what you're going to do. Tell me what you're going to do to take action, then ask your question. All right, we'll start over here. Yes.
All right. I am going to strategically collaborate with people in this room. So that's the thing I'm going to be doing.
All right.
So great day. I'm attorney Takora Davis. I'm the founder of The Creators Law Firm. Hey, y'all. People pay me to remove legal targets from their brand's back and trademark their wonderful creations. All right. So my question to you, when you came into the mastermind, you clearly were a multi-passionate individual.
Yes.
And probably many of us in this room have many passions. However, what was very interesting and poignant to me was that you focused on one thing and it blew up. So what would be your advice to those of us who are multi-passionate and are striving to choose that one thing? How did you select that one thing and move forward?
It really fell into my lap. I wasn't looking for it, but it was actually a Q&A that Lamar had. I was in 2019, I was in Benin, and Lamar was talking to the group, and he said, hey, Jay's over in Africa, and he said, you know, if Jay wants to turn this into a 7-figure business, he can. I said, He ran down the numbers real quick. If with your price point, if you do X amount of people per month, that's 7 figures. And so I started thinking about it differently, but I also have a desire. I don't do this for the money. That's the first thing. I do it because I want my people to be able to see and understand some things. The money is flowing in ways I never imagined. So it's that thing that there's going to be something in you that you want to do.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I love the other things that I did. I was tired of it in a sense, but I knew that this was clearly an opportunity. So it's finding that thing you love, but then also at the same time, making sure that it can become something that's profitable. So that's what it did. That's what I did. You're welcome. Over here.
Hi, my name is Celia Rudder-Himes, and I have to meet and talk to Freddie today. That was my purpose for coming here, actually. And
He's ready. Freddie, rock steady Freddie is ready. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say thank you because I didn't quite understand why God let me come. I wasn't planning on coming. I got a free ticket. I got miles to travel, all the things that worked out. And even yesterday, I had a great day, but I didn't really learn anything new. I've been in the TSP Facebook group since like 2015. I've been to TSP Live and Game Plan before, but the help that I need is in execution. And I honestly think that we need to do a conference just to show and help people how to execute. Because I've talked to people here too who said they've come before and they just didn't execute all the stuff that they learned. Well, and I know that's mindset work too as well. Yeah. But I think we need something like that. But I thank you so much because you are the reason God opened the way for me to come, because I needed to hear your message. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll say this to everyone, at every step of the way, there was an execution step. Sometimes it's just showing up. When life is going crazy and you're ready to I'm gonna drop out of the mastermind, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I said, I can't afford to drop out of the mastermind. I said, I'm gonna mess around, I'm gonna go back to Egypt. Now, Egypt's nice, don't get me wrong. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know where I'm going with this. All right. I'm gonna go back? No. So sometimes you gotta push through that feeling too, and you learn things about yourself. Yes.
Hey everyone, my name is Bernadine Kirkland, and I am a wellness coach. This is my first time with TSP, and our health is our wealth. I learned how to eat according to my blood type, was able to drop 57 pounds, and I too am 60 years old. It is amazing, and it is imperative that you learn your blood type. If you are sitting in this room, just raise your hand if you already know your blood type. There's like half the people in the room that still don't know. You need to find out your blood type and learn what's happening inside of your body on a cellular level. I paid $850 to find out what's going on. I do them for free. I only scheduled 2 appointments. I wasn't even supposed to be here. I just met Lamar on Facebook when he did his last challenge. So that's when I learned about this. I didn't know anything about TSP, but I am so glad to be here. I'm running a big event in Boston, Massachusetts tomorrow, so I won't be here for tomorrow, but I connected with a brother who bought his own dispensary. I have a wellness and CBD dispensary. This entire leg is under Charlie, just write this down, charlie.wakana.com. Charlie.wakana.com, and everything is going to go through this one leg of TSP, and we're going to raise up and let everybody know what's going on inside their body. Thank you.
All right, here's the deal, everybody. Tell me what you're going to do. Fire away at your question. Question. Make sure you give me a question.
Tony Harris Taylor, known as the networking queen. I help my clients to get drastic and comfortable with networking, connections, and collaborations to turn contacts into contracts.
All right, so talk to me.
You truly move me to tears. You confirm that everyone in this room needs to know that they can do this through the power of connections. My question is, what would you suggest to build collaborations outside of this room?
Well, the one thing you want to do is be very clear with what you do, because a lot of collaborations I have are outside of this room as well. When you go to my website, it's very clear what we do. And then obviously my YouTube channel. Hey, y'all make sure y'all check out the YouTube channel. We're blowing that up too anyway. But I'll be very, very clear as far as the messaging. And you let people know, like, we're about to open up an affiliate program where we're looking to have as many quote unquote affiliates, meaning on multiple levels. You have large groups and organizations, you have small groups, individuals, and so we're clear with that. If you're clear with your messaging, now someone can say, okay, they understand what you do, and then they will be able to see if it's something they want to be a part of. Then you can walk into the vetting process, but clear communication. All right. Yes.
For the sake of time, I just want to share that I do plan to take action. My question to you, though, for the sake of time, is will you be available when this is over, like in a back or outside or somewhere where I can get 5 minutes of your time? Because you were speaking to me. So now that I'm done crying, I'm ready to talk.
Okay.
So, where will you be when this is over, is my question.
See, Lamar? See? I'm going to be in the hall. Listen, everybody, let me show you how you can contact me. Here's the deal. There we go. You get the slide deck for free. Get the screenshot. You can find me on IG, Facebook, YouTube, at J Cameron Official. You can find me there. I'm very accessible. I'm going to be in the hall. I would love to talk to you.
Okay.
So it's not a problem at all.
All right, I just need 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all can have
You got it?
Thank you.
No problem. We got one last person. Really quick. Really quick. Yes.
Hi, my name is Gwen Wilson.
Yes.
That's quick enough. Blue Inspirations by Gigi.
Yes.
I'm up here. I just wanted to say thank you. You may not remember, a year ago as of today, we were walking, going to lunch, and you tagged on with me and another young lady, you and Freddie, and you asked us where we were going to eat lunch. We didn't know, and you said, we're just going to follow you guys. We found the space for lunch right here at the Avalon, and you and Freddie poured into myself. And as you were thinking, I know you didn't remember, I've been sitting next to you for 2 days now.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm 50 now, so
no worries. You guys poured it. I didn't really have a question, but I wanted to say thank you because Freddie held me to the fire that day, and he said, you will get up there and speak.
All right.
I did not.
But you are today.
But today I have, because every time he speaks, both of you guys speak to me, and what you said today was some of what you poured into me that day at lunch, because we were there for over an hour and we all came back late. Yep. But I wanted to say thank you to you and Freddie for that, because it just it's instilling in me. I've done things in Mastermind that will have me walking across that stage today in just that 1 year. So I appreciate that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Listen, everybody, consistency, take action, and I can't wait to hear about the collaborations. Thank you very much. My name is Jay Cameron, Maximum Impact.